Hey guys, welcome back. As you can tell, I'm in the same spot, in the same shirt. So I kind of wanted to continue with this a little bit, and I wanted to talk about how becoming a stepmom changed me. I definitely took the role as a stepmom, I feel like quite early on in the relationship, and considered myself a stepmom even though we were just engaged at the time. I did every other thing. I cooked lunches, I planned activities, shuttled kids to and from, so I was definitely already in that mindset, in that kind of there where I was already taking that role on in the house. But as far as really changing me, I definitely have to say the biggest thing was my time. The time management definitely changed. So before I was in a relationship with Billy, I was constantly at my sister's house. I was at my house. I wasn't really like a party person, so that definitely didn't change. But I was always with other kids, like my nieces and nephews. I was constantly with my nieces and nephews. I was home. I was just hanging out. Like I could do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, how I wanted to do it. Like it didn't really matter. Or I was with family. Like that was just my routine. That's how I did things. When we first got together, of course, at first it was just him and I doing a lot of things together because I had to find, did I concretely see myself in this relationship with him, because I did not want to meet the kids until I felt like, yes, this is where we're going. At first, I would say that I kind of just was there. We did things together as quote unquote family, but we definitely, were kind of like getting to know each other, and I would give my opinion when I felt like it was needed or deserved or, just requested. But I didn't really, at first it was slowly by slowly. Like we just, slowly by slowly got to know each other. Then once we went on vacation, and I would say that kind of stepped it up a lot. And then we moved in together, and it was kind of abrupt and quick when we did. It wasn't exactly how we had planned. But then after, I feel like definitely after that happened, there were, my drink is making so much noise. But I definitely feel like when we moved in together, that's where I really felt like the step parent. I was coming into my role as a stepmom because I was cooking the meals, I was planning the activities, I was taking kids to and from. Definitely stepped up, and I feel like I stepped up a lot, and I made mistakes. I will admit I made mistakes that kind of really put friction on our relationship, because I saw things one way and it was really frustrating. I have stepped back a lot in the things that I did in the beginning. I have stepped back. I still have my hardcore values. I still have my hardcore, this is what it's going to be. If you don't like it, oh well. But there's certain things I have definitely leaned back on. So I definitely say I came in full force. You need to eat your vegetables. You need to clean your room. You need to do this. And I kind of stepped back because it was like, I'm not going to fight you every time you're here. This is what's offered. If you don't want it, don't eat it. Because it had to get to the point where it was too taxing and stressful for me. Also, during this time, through the next year, there were some just, I would say combative behavior. I had this dream of a perfect family, and it to be perfect, and there is no such thing as perfect. And so there were some things that needed to be changed within our household to make it more successful. So I would definitely say at the beginning of being a stepmom, I was very gung-ho, let's do it, and kind of stepped back a little bit. So I definitely would say time management was a big thing for me, because I was having to not play it, but be that stepmom in my house, plan activities, do things with the kids, get more and more hands-on with the kids, where I found myself a little bit less with my nieces and nephew. Not that I don't love them less or anything. It was just like my role in their life was changing, and my role in my own home was changing. And then there was, once we made that big transition, just finding that extra free time was not as much, or it was having to get managed in a different way. So if friends wanted to go out for dinner, it was, we have to do this. I always did Monday through Thursday or Tuesday through Thursday. And it kind of tightened that schedule, but it was, these are my new priorities. My second thing is I had to let go of some things. I definitely found that through us becoming a family that there were some things that I had to let go of. My schedule, changing my schedule, not being able to go out, do anything I wanted to do. And to some people that's really confusing, but for me it was, I didn't party or anything, but I could just get up after work, go to my sister's house, hang out for a couple hours, come home, take a shower, go to bed. Where I wasn't that way. And I also wasn't as flexible. People used to call and I would just jump in the car and go, or that wasn't as easy to do. We started having to plan things like, oh, we want to hang out this day, we're going to hang out. We kind of had to find that time to do that. So it wasn't just like always, oh, just jump up and go help. I definitely say that the third thing was I had to let go of how I saw our family, how I saw my picture perfect family. I had to let go of that. And I had to come to terms with, they may not feel the same way about me as I feel about them. They may not want the same thing from me that I felt like, that they might want. So I feel like I had to let go of the relationships being necessarily the way that I wanted them to be. And I had to let go of that picture perfect, everything's going to be. And I definitely had to let go of my ideal dream of a family versus the reality of how we do things. And there's still time to go, to continue, and it might, change more and more, and that's perfectly fine. So that's definitely my big things. And I think of, at first, judgment was really hard. Things that people would say. And I kind of got to the point where I was like, till you walk a day in my shoes, you have no idea what you would do. So I definitely would say that those are probably my biggest 4 things. Is time management, letting things go, letting go of how I saw my perfect family, and judgment. Judgment was hard, and it got to the point where it would just pull me down, and then it was kind of like, till you walk a mile in my shoes, you really have no idea. And I had to, that was basically it. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next time.